In my last video, I talked about adding the power of visualization to your presence routine because breathing is helpful, mantras are helpful, a power pose is helpful. Combine those three with visualization and you will help yourself immensely. But here's the thing. Visualization, as well as any other technique, takes consistent practice to make things possible. It's like exercising a muscle. If you want to build muscle, you need to do things over and over to build that muscle, whatever the exercise it is. Well, visualization works the same way. I had a client not too long ago that would get really nervous and anxious anytime she had to step in front of her team, which was fairly often. And we worked on her visualization techniques, among other things. But at first, she didn't notice any difference. And that happens for many of us. We first don't notice any change right away. But the more consistent we practice, the more we visualize success, the more those neural networks in our brain change. We prune away old, no longer useful connections and make new, stronger connections. So it is the consistent application, and it doesn't have to be for hours on end. 2 to 3 minutes is all it takes in your new routine to prime your presence and visualize your success. So see it going really well and ask yourself, what if this is amazing? What if I really succeed? What if the best thing ever happens because I do this? All too often, we ask ourselves or say the opposite. This won't work. What if I fail? What if it's terrible? Well, guess what? The more you give yourself those messages, the greater the likelihood that it will be bad. But the more you can see your success, the more you see yourself standing in front of a group, whatever that group is, or recording your video on camera and putting it out there for people to view, the better off you'll be, the more connections, the stronger that neural network will become. So it's creating new pathways. Think of it this way. If you wanted to get to the center of a weedy field for whatever reason, maybe there was something in the middle, maybe it was a building or an event or something, you wanted to get to the center of that field, but the grass is fairly high and you've got to go over it and over it and over it a few times before there even is a dent, before the grass bends down. And then the more you go over it, the grass gets worn away and you have a path. So your neural networks, your pathways in your brain are very similar. The first time you try something, there's just a feint. The more you do it, the deeper that connection becomes. That's why habits, good or bad, are so challenging to break. We generally speaking don't want to break good habits, we want to break bad habits, but they all work the same way. Those neural pathways, depending how long we've done them, had that thought, had that action, take time to create new ones, create new pathways. So that's what I want to encourage you to think about this week, is adding visualization, seeing yourself being successful, but more than see it, feel it. Feel it deep in your bones, so to speak. Feel yourself before your group, calm, confident. Feel what that's like. And you've had feelings before of calm and confident, okay? Just pretend they're the same and get in touch with that visualization of success what that is going to feel like. Because the other thing about our brain is it doesn't know the difference between what we pretend is going to happen and what really happens. So let's pretend that it's amazing. Let's tell ourselves it's going to be great. Let's tell ourselves we're calm, we're effective, people are going to lean in and listen, as opposed to the opposite things, because far too many of us are saying the negative. We want to focus on the positive, get those feelings connected, see that success, and before you know it, it will be your reality. As always, if you know somebody who could benefit from this video, please feel free to share it. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. See you next time.